Hi and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to go through a couple of PC monitoring tools. For this video, I've chosen 3 softwares specifically. I've chosen them because, in my opinion, they are not overly complicated. They give you all the information that you require, and any user can be able to install this and understand the information. So it doesn't give you too much, and it's not overly technical. So I think these 3 are pretty good for a user at any technical level. They should be able to install and understand the information given by these softwares. So the 3 softwares I've chosen are Hardware Monitor, GPU-Z, and MSI Afterburner. We'll have a look at each of them and see what they're capable of. Some are more capable than others. So we can start with Hardware Monitor. Now, Hardware Monitor is good because it gives you information about your entire system, which is really important or really useful. Whether you have a gaming PC, whether you have a normal PC, whether you have a normal laptop, I think it's a really good software to install on any machine. So it'll give you information about your motherboard, give you information about your RAM, your processor, your GPU, your hard drives, and even fan speeds. Very useful software. So we can see here that starting from the motherboard, I've got an Asus TUF Gaming B550M motherboard. Now, motherboards are pretty mundane components. They're kind of the workhorses of your system. They're unsung heroes. So they don't do much. They're pretty standard. I think all you need to do with your motherboard is just check the temperatures. Make sure that they're within spec. Make sure that the motherboard components are not overheating, which may signal maybe you've got dust in your system, or you may need to repaste some of these components like your chipset or your VRMs. But motherboards are pretty much standard. So we can also see here that we've got some fun information. I'll come back to that after we have a look at the other components. So I've got a Ryzen 9 5900X processor. So that's a 12-core, 24-thread processor. So this is a pretty top-level processor. And that means it comes with quite a bit of heat. So currently I've got about 30 tabs open on Google Chrome, and we can see the temperatures they're decent, but they're pretty high. So we're talking 54, 55, 56 degrees in terms of temps. We can also see the power. We're doing about 66 watts. So it's a 105 TDP processor. So even on the desktop mode, you can see that this processor, it runs pretty warm. Power consumption is also just slightly above what we're used to. And this is true for the current gen processors. They tend to run a little warmer and consume a bit more power than the previous generation processors. So we can also see the frequencies as well for each core. So this information is really important maybe when it comes to overclocking. So you don't want your processor to get too hot because it'll throttle down the frequencies on the cores. So you can use this to, in real time, monitor. Maybe you can run a benchmark and keep track of the temperatures versus the frequencies, and also your power consumption. So we can also have a look at our RAM. Not too much information on the RAM. We don't get timings. We don't get voltages on this software. All we get are the temperatures. And we can see we are about 52 degrees, which is pretty okay. We also see temperatures on our hard drives. So hard drives don't heat up too much. They play around maybe 40 to 50 degrees. can see here we've got a traditional 3.5 hard drive, which is at 47 degrees, and our 1 TB SSD is at 49 degrees. Those are good temperatures. We move on to our graphics card. So I've got a 5700 XT, a slightly older card. We do get the GPU voltages. We do get temperatures for various spots on our graphics card, and we do get our power consumption. So my PC is water cooled, so my temperatures are pretty decent. They're pretty decent. So all this now can help you get a really good picture of your entire system. Gives you a good indication of your temperatures. It gives you good indication of your power consumption. And this, as I said, is really good to install on any PC. Doesn't have to be a performance PC. So your laptops, your normal desktops, you can install this. Make sure that temperatures are within spec. If they go up, you may need to blow your laptop, you may need to blow your desktop, or maybe even do some repasting. So we can now move on to GPU-Z. Now GPU-Z gives you much of the same information that hardware monitor does. It's just that it is graphics card specific. So on the home page, you get an overview of your card, the technologies, the die size, the BIOS versions, the shaders, the memory, and the memory manufacturer. So we can see at least ours is a Samsung memory, the memory size, the drivers, the clocks, and the technologies that your card is capable of. An advantage of GPU-Z is that you can be able to download your BIOS. You can be able to save your BIOS. So for the guys who like to flash their BIOSes, it's recommended that you do a backup. And this software is really good at that. So we can move on to the second tab, which is where now we can keep track of performance parameters of our card. So we can check our clocks, we can check our temperatures, and we can check our powers. So a good element which hardware monitor has as well is that it's got a minimum value and a maximum value and the current value. So as you're gaming, you can keep these tools running and let them log your performance. So when you're done gaming, or maybe if you are running a benchmark, you can come back and check, where did my clocks get up to? Where did my temperatures get up to? And how much power was I consuming as I was gaming? So the same is available for GPU-Z as well. So all you have to do is you can click on whichever parameter you want. So we can come to GPU chip power draw here. That's a current value, about 23 watts. So our minimum is 10 watts. Our maximum is 32 watts. And we can also get an average value, which is 20.2 watts. So it's a good idea as you're running benchmarks or as you're gaming to keep these tools running and let them log the performance parameters. So when you're done, you can come back and have a look at each of them. And if you need to maybe make some changes, optimize some few things, you can go on and do that and then run that benchmark again. So we can now move to MSI Afterburner. Now this one, I think it deserves its own video. I think I'm gonna do a standalone video for this because the advantage of MSI is that it can log this or it can display all these parameters in real time. So as you game, you can create an on-screen display with all the parameters we've been talking about. So it can show you your CPU usage, it can show you your RAM usage, it can show you the frames per second, can show you your GPU usage, your temperatures, and your powers. So I think I'm gonna do a separate video on that, as well as how to maybe overclock your GPU. So watch out for that. But I think for this video, that is it, and we'll see you on the next one.